intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Emiliano, a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. I'm your host, Olin, aka MMAnomaly. And with me, not as usual, is the co-host with the mostest. We're talking about a crossover MMA, folks. If you're not already liked and subscribed to this man's channel, make sure you are now. Going over to Crossover MMA, hit that subscribe button, smash that bell for notifications. Make sure you know when this man is live because he puts out quality content, folks. And speaking of quality content, Crossover. How are we doing on this beautiful Wednesday evening?
I'm doing good, brother. You know, we're doing a 2-for-1 special on the streams today. And what do you know? I see LaShonda is back in the building. It's good to see you, LaShonda. Boo thing, where you been at? It's been a while. It's been too long.
LaShonda. She says, oh my God, I need to get YouTube Premium because these ads ain't it. Oh, honey, these ads are it. That's how this man to my right gets paid. Make sure you let him play all the way through. Don't skip. Let those ads play through, LaShonda. We appreciate you. Hey, she said. Crossover, talk to the girl.
Oh, good, LaShonda. It's good to see you. I was wondering where you had been. Like some people in the chat were asking me about you. They thought I had ran you off, but we're glad to have you back.
Yeah, we are definitely glad to see you back live and in action, my friend LaShonda. Now, with that being said, we are here to break down UFC Vegas 108 crossover. Let's jump into the first bout, shall we? It is a women's strawweight bout between Taira Rodriguez and Ketlin Souza. Ketlin Souza coming in at 15-5. Taira Rodriguez coming in at 10-2. I'll let you take the lead on here, Cross. Who do you see taking this one home?
Yeah, you know, Ketlin Souza, she's coming back, trying to bounce back off a tough loss to Angela Hill. Taira Rodriguez in her last fight, I think she shocked a lot of people when she went out there and literally just grappled Josephine Knudsen to a decision win. A lot of people, you know, had some good expectation for Knudsen, and Taira just came in there and just shut that game plan completely down. And I think we're going to see a little bit of the same thing. She's going to come in, get the takedown, and look to just control Ketlin Souza and get the job done by decision. What about you?
Yeah, I think Taira Rodriguez comes out here, and I think that she just barely edges out a unanimous decision, possibly even a split decision. I think it's going to be a very, very closely fought bout. Quick shout out to the chat. What is up, my friend? IWTBW. How we doing, my friend? And Lane, always bringing the pain. We appreciate to see you in the chat. Hope you're having a beautiful hump day, and we're over halfway through the week, folks. Let's go. I think Taira Rodriguez should look to be just a step ahead everywhere that this fight goes. She's got the grappling. She's got the overall, range as well. It's not a huge range advantage, but she does have the reach advantage here across. So I'm with Taira. I think she should just edge out the winner over Ketlin Souza. I think it's going to be a bit of deja vu here. And with that being said, we move into a mythical fighter, if you're asking, S-Dogs MMA, right? We're talking about a flyweight named Felipe Brunes. If you ask S-Dogs, it's Flippy Buns, right? Flippy Buns is coming in here against Rafael Estevan. Oh, man, this is an interesting bout, but I got to tell you, Rafael Estevam should be, exactly as I said about Pietro Rodriguez, a step ahead everywhere this fight goes. He is just the better fighter. He's 13-0 for a reason. He's undefeated. He's 28 years of age, already has 13 professional fights, and he's coming in here with no reach deficit and an inch height advantage. So I just think Estevam is going to be the better fighter. I think he's going to look to utilize the range, even when you don't have a reach advantage. If a fighter's having to fight up or strike at someone who's taller than them, they are striking up, which can be quite exhausting, right? So he's going to have an easier fight out there for him compared to the opposition. And for that reason and the experience alone, as far as wins go, 13-0 versus 14-7, I'm going Rafael Estevam crossover. Am I sitting on an island by myself or what?
I'm going to be honest, man. This one's kind of tricky right here. I mean, Felipe Buns, as our boy Sterling would say, like, he does have a path to victory. The guy is very wild, very chaotic, very high output. But on the flip side, man, he leaves himself open. He gets hit a lot. Like, he absorbs over 7 significant strikes per minute. Rafael Estevam also uses the grappling a lot. Averages over 6 takedowns per 15 minutes. We're thinking alike here, brother. I'm going Rafael Estevam, brother.
Yeah, I just think he's the better equipped for the job in front of him, right? And then if we look at the next fight, it's a lot more of the same, right? We got a featherweight bout between Austin Bashi coming in against John Yanis. And I'm going to let Cross take the lead on this one, but I got a weird sneaking suspicion that we're going to be on the same hunch here, brother. Let the people know what you're thinking, Cross.
Yeah, you know, John Yanis taking this fight on very short notice. Austin Bashi, you know, the young, he's just 23 years old, young prospect, stubbed his toe in his UFC debut against Christian Rodriguez, which is kind of the hot shot prospect killer in a sense. Bashi, we know what he wants to do. He wants to come in, use that wrestling, get the takedowns, get some control time, even looks to get the finish. I mean, he's got over 50% finish rate. I think it's going to be too much for John Yanis to come in right here on short notice, going against a heavy wrestler like this. He's definitely hasn't had a camp trying to have to deal with such a grappler like this, where it's going to be nonstop takedown attempt. And I just think Bashi gets it done right here.
I do too. I actually just checked while you were talking the DraftKings double method of victory chance or method of victory double chance. And they don't have it listed for Bashi quite yet. But again, I have a sneaking suspicion here, folks, that Bashi by way of submission or decision is going to be plus odds. And I feel like if you're smart, you will hammer the fuck out of that line, because there's only two ways this fight goes. It's Bashi by decision or Bashi by submission. I just don't think he goes out there and gets a knockout, but I can't help but feel like John Yanis is being set up to be the lamb to slaughter here. They need Bashi to get back on that win circle. They need him back in that win column, and this is a quick path for the young man. So I'm here for it. I think he's going to get there. I agree with Lane in the chat. Bashi low-key reminds me of Rosas Jr. Maybe it's the age. It's the age. It's the immaturity. It's the discrepancy in professional fights that he has and brings to the table. Like, it's a number of things that I see the same comparison. 100%.
Fight style as well.
Fight style as well. Yeah, he's suffocating. He's like a wet blanket style, right?
Definitely makes sense. I think it's gonna be too much. You know, trying to deal with this style on short notice is just gonna be an awful lot, especially making your UFC debut. I think it's gonna be too much of an ask for Giannis to get it done right here. But definitely looking forward to this next fight.
8 years is elder too, worth mentioning. Next fight for sure worth mentioning. Middleweight bout between Nick Klein and Andre Pulaev. My goodness, it sounds like you're hype on this one. I'll let you take the lead. Cross. You have a dog in this one?
I mean, I think this is going to be a very competitive matchup right here. I mean, Pulaev, the guy's a striker, wants to keep the fight on the feet. Nick Klein, he's just one of those just tough grappling styles, wants to make this a dirty fight, get in your face. And, you know, in his last fight, he went out there against Mansour Abdul Malik. That's a big ass. That guy's undefeated, and he's looked like just an absolute killer. in Dana White, on Dana White's Contender Series and the UFC. So I think this matchup is going to be a little bit more competitive just because Pulev isn't a big power puncher. It's got some finishes, but I mean, I think Klein's going to be able to deal with a little bit of the power better in this fight. So really it's going to come down if Klein can get this fight to the ground or if Pulev can keep it on the feet, defend some takedowns, stay out of the clinch, keep him at range, and then piece Klein up on the feet. And I think this one's kind of it's going to be a very close fight, but I think Pulev's going to do enough to keep it on the feet to get it done with his hands.
All right. I knew it was a time that was going to happen eventually in this episode, my guy, but I didn't think it's going to be during this fight. I'm going against the grain here, man. I'm going Nick Klein, blue collar, as they call him. I just think the young man gets it done. He's coming in with a 1.5-inch reach deficit. He's coming in with, I mean, you know, dead pick'em odds if you're looking at Tapology. If you're looking at DraftKings, though, it's plus 130 on Nick Klein. I'm going with the dog here. I'm hoping we get him at dog odds in the underdog competition because I like Nick Klein to win this. I just think that he's going to look to be the better fighter here. He's going to be a little bit better at the range control, even though he's coming in with a distance deficit, right? He keeps that lead hand out very, very well and then looks to throw and then shoot. And I feel like that's going to pay dividends in this fight. Against Andre Pulev, though, you said it well. Like, I think he's going to be very defensively sound. I think this is a very close fight. I think if you ask me, gun to my head, what the closest fight is on the card, I'd probably tell you it's this one. Right? Last week I said there were 3 fights that I went back and forth on. Let me tell you, wish I would have stuck to the fucking guns on the prediction show on like 2 out of 3 of those. And the third one I did, and I got it right. Fuck. I don't even want to think about that. But I digress. This is one of those that I'm going back and forth on every 5 to 10 minutes. But as of right now, give me Nick Klein. I think he gets it done, man. I think he rights the wrongs in his career thus far, and I'm bullish enough to say that I think he might even get it done inside the distance via submission here.
Interesting. Yeah, for me, just this fight is very, very close. I mean, I'll say I guess a little bit of the reason why I'm going with Pulev is just the guy's got 86% takedown defense, and I think that's going to be critical in this fight because Klein's going to have to get the fight to the ground. What's going on, Lazy? Good to see you in here, as always. I know you'll have some good takes in the chat for sure. Vincent, good to see you, as always. But yeah, phenomenal fight, very competitive, definitely looking forward. I think this would be one of the better fights on the card.
I agree. I think it'll be one of the more competitive fights on the card. And in this next one, we got Rodolfo Vieira coming in against Tresean Gore, folks. I mean, this one is a certified low-key banger, as the kids would call it. I'll take the lead on this one. I'll keep it short and sweet. You got Rodolfo Vieira, the prolific Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu phenom, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And you got Tresean Gore, who's been a little bit up and down, Mr. Vicious, right? He's had a bit of a washy trajectory. In his last 5, he's 2-3. And if we look at those last 5, like, who's he fought? Lost to Cody Brundage, lost to Brian Battle, and lost to Marco Tulio. The Marco Tulio one I feel like is aging very well. I think you'll agree with me on that, Cross. We don't agree on a ton, but we'll agree on that, I think. Antonio Truculio and Josh Fremd are not great wins either. I think we'll agree on that. Like, Josh, you thought you had a Fremd. And then across from him, you got Rodolfo Vieira, who has just looked really good. The black belt hunter, right? He's got 9 wins out of his 10 by way of submission. Dude is an absolute beast. If you let him get you to the ground, we've seen it time and time again. Cody Brundage, Armand Petrosian, Derek Brunson. If you listen to that and you listened previously, you will hear one common name. That is Cody Brundage. One lost to him, one beat him in the very second round via arm triangle choke. So I'm taking the prolific Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy here. I think he's going to look to choke him out early on when they're both dry. It'll be a first or second round finish, and I'm very high on this Rodolfo Vieira guy to get it done in this one. What do you think, Cross?
Yeah, in this one, I mean, Tresean Gore, he's coming off a brutal beating of Marco Tulio. I mean, I think we're expecting big things out of Marco Tulio, so no no ill will in that loss. They do have a common opponent in Cody Brundage. Rodolfo Vieira submitted him in the second round, and Cody Brundage got Trayshawn Gore out of there in the first round. So the wins for Trayshawn Gore, no real wins we really like. Just like you said, Antonio Tricali and Josh Frimm, neither one of those guys are still in the UFC. I think at some point this fight, they're going to end up in the clinch. If it stays on the feet, though, I definitely think Trayshawn Gore will have a chance to get it done. But I think Rodolfo Vieira has been getting better as his career is going on. Like I know the one fight with Anthony Hernandez, he definitely gassed out and ended up getting submitted. But I think at some point he gets it to the ground, he gets the job done.
Yeah, I agree. And I just said it in the chat, but I'll say it again out loud. The overhands of Gore are definitely something to watch out for, right? Like he ducks and throws caution to the wind. He just throws those overhands over the top, and they're nasty, and they typically sneak into that triangle guard, right? That Rodolfo presents. So there is always a shot for that, but I'm betting against it. Nathan Fletcher versus Henya Nakamura in the bantamweight division, though, is a fucking bout to talk about. My guy Cross, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. Who do you have winning this one, and why?
So here, Henya Nakamura, Nathan Fletcher, I think this fight really is just going to come down to who's the guy that can get the other guy down and initiate the grappling. Like, they both use a lot of wrestling. Henya Nakamura has 100% takedown defense, so I think he'll do a much better job of sprawling on those double legs and keeping the fight on the feet. And then when he wants to initiate the grappling, I think he'll do a little bit better job of getting Nathan Fletcher to the ground. On the feet, I don't think either one of these guys really will offer up much danger to either guy on the feet. I think this fight is definitely going whatever the line is, take the over here. I think this is going to be a decision. And Henya Nakamura is going to look to control Nathan Fletcher, hold him down, control him, and get to a decision. What about you?
Yeah, I think Henya Nakamura should definitely have the wrestling advantage here. He's a minus 425 for a reason, and the over is definitely the right play here. If you want to get at this at juice odds, minus 220, you want to get on it now. Not now, but right now, folks. If you put 1 unit on that, you get 1.45 back. I mean, realistically, I might very well put 2 units on that to get 2.9 back, almost 3 break even. Look, I just think Henya Nakamura is going to drag this into the deep waters. He's going to look to get that kind of decision win. He's not here for a good time. He's here for a long time, folks. He's here for preservation, and he's a smart fighter. I see him edging out a decision victory here, and I think Cross is definitely onto something. And with that, we move into the main card, folks. It is a featherweight bout between Danny Silva and Kevin Vallejos. Man, this is a tough fight to pick, right, Cross? I mean, It's pretty close on the odds. I mean, not necessarily, but plus 320, minus 410. I think it should be a lot closer. Cross, like, do you think the odds makers got this one a little bit lopsided or what?
I mean, I can see why they got it lopsided. I mean, Vallejo's coming in with a lot of hype, very young, 23 years old. The guy looked very good on Dana White's Contender Series. Then got a first-round finish in his UFC debut. So I know there's definitely some excitement around him for sure. He's got an exciting fight style. The guy's a finisher, got over an 80% finish rate. Very exciting fighter. But, I think this is going to be a very good dance partner right here with Danny Silva. I mean, Danny Silva is very high output, lands over 7 significant strikes per 15 minutes. This is going to be a lot of fun right here. Make sure you get your popcorn, get ready for this one fight. It's going to be a brawl, going to be a war. But I like Kevin Vallejos. I just think the power and just the way he walks forward, it can get him in trouble. He can walk into some shots. But I just like the momentum he's on. Both guys are on 4-fight win streaks. This is going to be a very fun fight.
A very fun fight and a very close contested fight, as you said. I think Kevin Vallejos, as stated in the chat, might be one of the locks of the card, right? Jay Beers said it. Vallejos, lock of the card. And he also said, LOL, yeah, going to be a fun banger. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This is going to be a banger of a fight. I think both these guys are going to look to close the distance early. Kevin Vallejos is the younger fighter, somehow has 33% more wins under his belt and the same number of losses. Like the odds makers actually did not get this one incorrect, folks. I think this is definitely going to be one of those that is correct. Minus 410, though, is a little bit rich for my blood to bet on, so I'm going to stay away from this one from a betting perspective. I'm just going to enjoy it as a fan. I do have Kevin Vallejos taking this. The next one should be a little bit closer, though. Neil Magny, the veteran of the welterweight division, coming in against Capoeira Alicio Zaleski dos Santos. My goodness, I think this has fireworks written all over it. I'm going to keep it very, very short in this one, Cross, and just say this. I think, realistically, Alicio Zaleski dos Santos finishes this one in the first 7 minutes, or he loses the fight via decision. I think it's that simple. He either lands something flashy and pretty, or he ends up getting just dog walked by an absolute veteran, an absolute dog in Neil Magny, folks. I'm sitting on the fence on this one, but that is what it is. Cross, how do you see this one playing out? Am I crazy here?
You're not crazy at all. I mean, Zaleski dos Santos, he's coming in. He's got 2 matchups against guys with similar body types as Neil Magny and similar styles in Chidi and Chokawani and Rude Boy Randy Brown, your boy. He lost both those fights, and really what it was is he couldn't really close the distance. Both those guys had massive reach advantages over him, just like Neil Magny does. But I think the difference in this fight is Neil Magny doesn't really have that zapping power that really can strike that fear in Zaleski to make him hesitate a little bit in trying to close the distance. Because, I mean, Chidi put him away, and Randy Brown, I mean, that footwork and the speed, and Randy Brown fights very long as well. Pause. Neil Magny isn't quite that style. He doesn't have the same type of footwork as a Rude Boy Randy Brown or the power as a Chidi and Chokawani. But Neil Magny's been in there with pretty much everybody in the division. It's a tough matchup, and I'm thinking just like you. Zaleski either gets to Neil Magny kind of early in this fight, or Neil Magny's just going to keep him at range and just touch, outpoint him. But I'm going with Dos Santos as well.
Yeah, I think Dos Santos is I just think he should go out there and get a finish, man. It's hard to bet against Neil Magny, but at this stage of his career, it's also not hard to bet against him. Mm-hmm. With that, we move into the women's bantamweight division for a bout between Carol Rosa and Nora Cornole. Crossover. Who do you have winning this one?
I think this is going to be another competitive fight, man. Carol Rosa is always an entertaining women's bantamweight fights. I mean, that Muay Thai style she has, she does not move. She stands right in front of her opponents. She does a very good job with those teeps, that inside low kick. Very nasty in the clinch. Got some nice elbows in the clinch. Nora Cornole is another Muay Thai practitioner, but she's got a little bit more of a grappling submission game upper sleeve. I mean, she won a last fight. She won by submission. I think this is going to be another close one, and I'm going with Nora Cornole right here. I think she gets it done. I think she's going to look to get some takedowns against Carol Rosa. And when Carol Rosa is on her back, she can't really offer up much, and she's kind of stuck on the ground. I think that is the path to victory for Nora Cornole.
I like the dog in this one too. Plus 154 odds is nice too for Nora Cornole. I just think you're right. I think if she moves forward with pressure, Carol Rosa does not perform well when she's on the back foot, and as long as she can keep her there, it's a snowball effect, right? It's going to get worse for her throughout the fight as it goes along. Yeah, I got the dog in this one. It's one of my dogs this week in the competition, I think, unless I change my mind between now and then. Give me the dog, Nora Cornole, by decision, I think. Moving forward, we have a lightweight bout between Alves Brenner and Esteban Ribovich. Of course, we saw Esteban Ribovich in a standout performance at UFC Noche last year. The dude looked absolutely incredible. And if you've been paying attention, he's just looked, incredible since, right? Like the guy, whether it's on the pads or out there against someone named Nasrat Hopcross, he still looked good. He outlanded him even though he lost that fight. Did he get taken down and controlled a little bit? Yeah, he did. But I digress. I still like Esteban in this fight. I think he is the sharper, better fighter. He's minus 250 for a reason. I think he might even be live for a knockout. The way he utilizes the range, the way he utilizes the distance, he's going to have a deficit here in the range, but he uses it a lot better. And I like him in this fight. I think he's got the sharper, crisper striking, and Elvis melts under just immaculate pressure, as we spoke about before when it comes to the Norokanole fight. Cross, how do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, I think this one could be a lot of fun. You know, Esteban Rivas, he's always in fun fights, walks forward, lets his hands go, very high output, landing over 8 significant strikes per minute. But I do think there's a path of victory for Elvis Brenner if he can get the takedown. I mean, he's got 11 submission wins on his resume, so that path is there. But for me, if you look at his resume, when he got that step up in competition, he hasn't bowled well. He lost to Miktabek Ordubay and got finished against Joel Alvarez. Both good fighters. I think Esteban Rivas is a similar type of fighter as those last two. So give me Esteban Rivas. I think he gets it done. And I wouldn't be surprised by a finish right here either.
Yeah, like I said, I think he could get it done by finish. And I mean, looking at these parlays coming into the chat, Jay Beers, Vallejos, Ribovic, Klein, and Estevam. He said he's praying. I think that might be a solid parlay, my guy. I definitely think that might be a solid one. 3 a.m. This is one tricky card, man. So many guys have so much to prove. You're not wrong, bro. You are not wrong. Jay Beers said I bet 2 parlays. Nexus, Taira, Magny, Henya, Salza, and Duncan Rebecki over 1.5. Ooh, I don't mind that one either. That's a good one, Jay Beers. Good shout. Lazy Bet saying Ribovic has a chin and pop to send Elvis packing to Graceland. Ooh.
Good reference right there, Lazy.
Good one. I love that. Well, Elvis reference. And with that, we move into the co-main event of the evening, folks. It is a lightweight bout between Mateusz Raumbecki and Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan had one of the coolest and best recoveries I may have ever seen in the UFC. And I'm going to go to Cross first to give us his breakdown on this co-main event. Who do you have?
This is a tough one for me. Like, I've been back and forth on this since I've been looking at this card. And just me personally, like, I picked against Chris Duncan like his last 2 fights, and he's proven me wrong with finishes in both of them. Mateusz Rebecki, the guy is a dog, man. His last fight with Miktabek Ordubay, one of the best fights of the year. If you want to see a bloody, absolute drag-out war, definitely go back and watch that fight. Phenomenal fight. The guy took so much punishment and managed to get the win. Guy's an absolute savage. This fight's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be high output. Both guys are not going to go away. It's going to be a lot of fun. Chris Duncan's plus 170. I kind of like those odds. And he's going to have a 5-inch reach advantage. Yeah, give me Chris Duncan as the underdog with plus money right here.
Yeah, like I said, Chris Duncan should go out here and get this one done. I like Chris Duncan. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I just think he has such impeccable recovery time. And if Mateusz can't put you away, we've seen in the 2 fights he's lost. He does have that quit in him, right, Cross? I really do like Chris Duncan in this one, especially at dog odds. You're giving him to me at plus 170. I mean, I got to at least put a unit on that one. It's easy money for me. And then Tatsuro Taira, I almost want to parlay him with this one because in the main event of the evening, we have Tatsuro Taira coming against a short notice replacement in Hyung-Sung Park. Minus 365. I mean, come on, bro. If you parlay these two together, you can get them at plus 246 odds. That is 1 unit to round you up, 3.46 units. I think I might have to do it, bro. I think I might have to do it, at least a half unit, because I just think Tatsuro Taira has been training for a much harder fight against Amir Albazi, who pulled out recently. And Hyun-Sung Park, I appreciate him stepping up, but he's stepping up as a lamb to the slaughter here. Tatsuro needs to get back and stay back in the win column, and I think this is a quick, fashioned way for him to do it. I think he's going to look to go out there, land strikes ad nauseum, probably get the finish inside of 3 rounds. And I mean, the 5-round fight serves him more than anything else. Cross, am I sipping crazy Kool-Aid here, or are we riding the same boat?
Man, this is the tricky one right here. This is a very tricky one. I think it's stylistically, it's a good matchup. I think it's better than what a lot of people think. Hong Sung Park, I mean, undefeated, 100% takedown defense. We know what Tatsuro Taira's game is. He wants to get this fight to the ground. We saw in his last fight, Brandon Royval did a great job of keeping the fight on the feet and managed to get that split decision victory over Taira. I think that fight at the same time, though, is going to make Taira definitely a better fighter. Let him know what he needs to work on going forward. And I mean, you know, we get some Asian on Asian violence. You know, Japan and Korea, they got a long history together. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one. And I'm gonna be honest, man, Hong Sung Park, he's giving me some Joshua Van vibes right here. Taking this fight, young guy. I mean, he's not the younger guy in this matchup, but undefeated. It's tough, but I'm gonna go with Tatsuro Taira. I think he finds a way to get it done. I think he's gonna learned a lot from the Brandon Royval fight, and I think it's only gonna make him better. Jay Beers, you like that Asian on Asian violence?
You love to see it, man. And with that being said, folks, that's it. That's the fight card. We got through it very, very quickly today, folks. And look, if you've tuned in all the way through every single one of these fights, we appreciate you for being here. If you just tuned in at the very end, if you're watching on replay, we appreciate you equally as much. Do us a huge favor. Leave us a comment after the show. It would mean the world to us on both these videos at CrossoverMMA, at MMAnomaly. And if you do that, let me tell you, I'm happy to go! All right, folks. And if you do none of the things we've asked you to do, if you bet against us in every single fight, that's okay too. All that we ask is that you do these next two things, and that's this. We ask that you keep on going and that you keep on growing, folks. Till next.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.